tripping in equity. Oh, head to tuck a valley. Oh, switches to Sandali. Oh, she throwing F&D. I got shotty dripped out in both ways. Yeah, she like bitches to go both ways. So she back in the bitches for me, okay. I hear shh, cut her body, that's a cold case. That bitch call me a whore, fuck her, kick out the door. I remember the days I was poor, now I got cash, it's all in my pocket, and you know that money of course. Now I put less than a 335, and fuck around, put it in sport. I know you didn't think about me, I've been thinking about you. I didn't do any more body in a brand new Versace. I didn't do any more body in a brand new Givenchy. She's a fashion hoe, and she match of course. She's the type when you go pick her up, you hold the door. She's the type you wanna bust down on the marble floors. She's the type to W if you buy her microcore. Girl, I see you. I'm not like that pussy, put in there, I see you. All these bitches jealous when they see us, they be wishing they were you. They were you. They were you. I don't wanna hurt you. So I gotta warn you. But I'm bad for you. Baby, I must admit, yeah, I'm so bad for you. But baby, I must admit, I got that cash for you. Baby, you know how I fuck around, blow that bag with you. With you.
As long as you got me, baby, I got you, you know that. That's facts. I ain't going nowhere if you ain't going nowhere. I got you forever.
Young smooth talker, diamonds on my neck, dance, I'm calling moonwalkers. Tell me I was broke, now my pockets getting larger. Niggas tryna be like me, I turn them why I bother. I be getting money and you know I be fucking bitches. I be speeding down the road and I be lane switching. If I wasn't me, I would wanna be me too. I be rocking Cartiers, that's what I see through. Real nigga, it's in my DNA. I got a side bitch, tell me she a CNA, but on the weekend she be shaking ass, shake a money maker. I said, baby, what you gonna do for money later? I would die for it like a stolly. I be dipping thousand police. I can see them right behind me. So I just hit 150 on a 55. Let's do it, diamond only go as a fucking survive. I don't got nobody watching over me, it's a God. I know my grandma and my mama, they praying for me. I know my grandma and my mama, they praying for me. Young smooth talker, diamonds on my neck, dance, I'm calling moonwalkers. Tell me I was broke, now my pockets getting larger. Niggas tryna be like me, I turn them why I bother. I be getting money and you know I be fucking bitches. I be speeding down the road and I be lane switching. If I wasn't me, I would wanna be me too. I be rocking Cartiers, that's what I see through. Oh my, baby, let me get a piece of that pie. You got it down all night. I can see it right in your eyes. And she says she's nice, she's classy. So how you live in South, fast and go, girl, where you going, buddy? I don't know what you did to me. All I know is that I'm addicted to you. I can't get you off my mind, baby. Ooh, no. She want a baller, but I don't got time to live. Don't say no stupid shit, bitch, I'm for my deal. I moved out with from out of Cadillac Raider. I'm not a copper, baby, yeah, I'm just a player. Big baller, shot caller, I just pull up in on what you call it. I don't even know, I just bought it. Diamonds flawless, say driven, and you see I'm moving. I just like a nigga, let me cause you see I prove it. I don't really dance, and I just in my little 1-2. I count bands in the club, and I got my blunters on my hand. I be telling my mans, baby do not disturb. Put my phone on DMD. She just all up in my DM asking what she and me. I sip a sucker on the days in front of fence. Baby's tasting on my body.
Yes. What's going on, family? Let's get it. We are back, and we are live for another trading session, man. Hold on, let me get my shit right a little bit. All right. Man, family, what's going on, y'all? What is up? Super excited to be here with y'all today. It's your boy Abel, back live with y'all for another week, man. I see we got Lewis, Kevin in the house, Free Zone, what's the word, Jose? Appreciate y'all for being here, y'all. You know the vibes, man. We are back for another trading week, family. And I feel good about it, like usual, man. It's going to be another one of them weeks. We've been absolutely crushing it the past few weeks here live. And I want that continuation to continue to happen. We are looking for, just a continuation in what we've been doing here. You guys know me. I love my trends, right? I like to continue to do what we've been doing. So I'm going to be a continuation trader this week once again. And hopefully we can get some banger setups and opportunities, y'all. But once again, man, welcome back. Super excited to be here, family. We do got a shit ton of news this week. We have a shit ton of news this week that we have to be aware of. Honestly, it's probably going to be one of them weeks where volatility is through the roof. Volatility is going to be through the roof, family. But let's see what we got here. I see you hitting that front step in the stream. It's coming soon. Introduction. Yeah, that front step. You like that, right, Lewis? That little front step show was a little vibe a few years ago. It's pretty popular. Hope everyone's weekend went well. My weekend was pretty good. I can't complain whatsoever. It was a nice chill weekend. Obviously spent it with the family like usual. But I'm gonna be honest, man, I was ready to come back to the markets on Saturday and Sunday. I couldn't wait for these markets to open up, man. So I'm happy that we are back. We are live. The markets are open, and now we have, opportunity to go ahead and get paid. So let's see how this week pans out for us, family. We do got a lot of news, like I said, on the actual calendar that we need to be aware of. Let me turn on this music a little bit. We do got a lot of news that we have to be aware of for this up and coming week, family. Starting off with tomorrow. Tomorrow we really get to start to see a lot of the fireworks. Let me just make sure that today there isn't anything crazy. There's no red folder for today, but let's see if there's any orange or anything crazy. Alright, so nothing crazy for today whatsoever. So today's going to be probably the calmest day of the week. But moving forward, guys, again, we do have a shit ton of news this up and coming week. With Tuesday, we have Mr. Powell himself going to be testifying. I'm not sure exactly what this press conference is for or what he's testifying for, but as you guys know, and I tell you guys all the time, man, Jerome Powell is probably one of the most influential people, if not the most influential person when it comes to these money markets that we actually trade in. So it's very important to be aware of when he opens his mouth, right? So let's see what we got here. Jerome Powell is to testify on the economic outlook and recent monetary policy actions before the Joint Economic Committee. Okay, so he's going to be talking about everything that's going to move these markets, man. That's one thing we need to be aware of, right? When he opens his mouth tomorrow, he's going to literally be talking directly about these markets. And that's going to bring a lot of volatility, family, that we have to be aware of, right? So tomorrow's going to be an absolute banger day. We'll be able to watch that volatility in real time. We'll probably watch a bit of the I wouldn't even consider this a press conference, right? But we might watch it together more so than not, right? So we'll see how that goes overall. But then going into Wednesday, guys, we do have Mr. Powell testifying once again at 10 o'clock again, which again we just need to be mindful of. But then going into Thursday, family, Thursday is really where fireworks are going to start to go crazy. Because we have a ton of news, right? We have GDP for the pound. We have German CPI that's going to influence the euro. But most importantly, we have USD news, right? We have our CPI over here in the States. And this is going to be very important because this is, in my opinion, could obviously, you know, set the tone, all right? Set the tone for the next few weeks in terms of what these markets can actually do. You know, CPI, guys, for those of you guys who are not aware, is a measure of inflation, right? Consumer Price Index is one of the more popular inflationary indicators out there. You know, and obviously everything that has to do with Jerome Powell and his committee's approach has to do with inflation. A lot of their decision making has to do around inflation. So this is going to be very, very important news event that we actually look into and we trade. As of right now, guys, right, these numbers, let me see what they look like. Core numbers, which is excluding, you know, volatile sectors like food and energy, is expected to stay the same month over month from 0.2 to 0.2%, so no change overall. Year over year headline CPI going from 3.3 to 3.1, month over month from 0.0 to 0.1. So we're expecting to see a drop in the year over year numbers, but a possible increase in the month over month numbers. I think this stuff probably comes out lower than expected, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if it comes out higher. But I do think that we do continue to trend lower here. If we do CPI reach into the, you know, especially headline CPI, if that does get into the 2% level, then these markets are going to have a field day. Right? These markets are going to absolutely have a field day. If, and only if, we do see CPI come out lower than 2% or in that 2% range, right? If it touches 2.9, boy, indices are going to go crazy. Gold is probably going to really bounce and start to go nuts again. And foreign currencies will probably also start to have a nice little run as well. But we got to see, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we do come out in that 2.9, 2.8% range whatsoever. And if we do, then we got to just be able to, you know, get those positions to ride out the momentum that I believe should actually happen from that type of news release itself. Okay. All right, perfect. So that is what we have, guys, in terms of news. We do have PPI as well on Friday. That, again, it's a big boy. We can't ignore PPI. We do have PPI, another measure of inflation, just from a business owner's perspective. We do have that coming out on Friday as well, right? So we do have a ton of news, guys, throughout this week. We have Jerome Powell testifying Tuesday and Wednesday, and then CPI on Thursday, PPI on Friday. And all those can, every single one of those events I just spoke about right now, can absolutely dictate where price goes long term, right? So we definitely got to be mindful of that and be aware of it, and, you know, trade what the markets tell us, you know, at the end of the day. But we will be live for all of this, so we'll be able to trade it together. Okay, perfect. Now, in terms of what I think the market is doing, guys, or what I think can be the play for this up and coming week, I mean, the dollar is still seeing a lot of selling pressure here, right? We've actually been selling off literally for the past 5 days, really making a lot of, you know, corrective moves here. Last week, guys, if you guys remember last week's, you know, call with me, or for those of you guys that were a part of the VIP, I told you guys I wanted to just see continuations to the upside here for the dollar, right? I was, you know, expecting more upside just because that's what structure and the trend has been telling us, right? We've been creating these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, lower high, to now starting to create these new fresh lows, right? So as of right now, because of how I trade and me being an intraday, sometimes scalper, I wouldn't even say sometimes, right? Intraday / scalper, I think I want to continue to ride out with that type of, you know, trend, right? Or at least where the momentum currently is until proven otherwise. Now, we are seeing price come down. Is about to fill this wick that we have right here, which is pretty interesting. Actually, we did just fill that wick. We also left behind this high as well. So we do have this range that we are currently trapped in that essentially started since this, actually since yesterday. But we have this range. Now, there's a couple things that we could see happen here. All right. I mean, we just created this low, broke structure. A sweep of this wick or a break of this fill could possibly send us all the way back up to the top of this range here, right? Because now we took out sell side liquidity. It could possibly shift us to now go ahead and capture this buy side liquidity above this range. There's a possibility that happens. And then from that point, we could probably see the market continue to trend in the bearish direction here for the dollar. Or we don't have to see the bigger sweep to the upside. I think there's a possibility that we do see, just because, again, we did leave, you know, these highs behind that I think will make sense to get captured. But there's also a chance too that we just simply get a very, very simple break, a retest, and then just a continuation here type of play, right? That's also a very, very possible situation here. You know, and that's probably the first thing that I would look at would be at something like this, just a simple retest back to our structure, and then just looking for the continuation. You know, again, if you guys were a part of the boot camp, you know, this type of setup right here, guys, this is literally just the type 1, right? The moving, you know, the moving average candlestick crossover, right? You know, price trading below the moving averages here on the 15-minute, 5-minute time frame, a push back up. Once price gets in between our moving averages, wait for that close back below the 13, and that's your entry all day long with stops above the swing high. Like, that's so simple, and that is exactly what we're looking at as of right now for the dollar. What I think could be an opportunity for us to keep our eye on. Now, obviously, I'm not going to trade the DXY, but we could use it as a reference for everything else. You know, if we are going to expect the dollar to possibly continue to trend lower, then that means dollar weakness is here, which tells us foreign currencies can possibly gain some strength. You know, we might be able to see some more upside here for the euro, some more upside for the Aussie, and some more upside for the pound itself, and for the New Zealand dollar, and every other currency out there. All right, so I think there is opportunity for that. You know, as long as the market does do what I think it could, which I believe is just experiencing more weakness here in the dollar, then yeah, all this stuff should experience more upside. And that's the same thing for indices as well. I mean, I'm never really a fan of shorting indices as it is. I really only like buying indices, just like I only like buying yen pairs when I'm trading currencies. So I want to see more continuations, right? You know, so the dollar continuing to drop will only fuel these things to really start to drive even higher. And that's what I want to see, right? I want to see us possibly look for just a simple continuation type of play here. Now, we are coming from a very, very bullish week last week, right? If we look at, you know, the NASDAQ on the weekly time frame, right? Again, we are trading at all-time highs just because it seems like every week at this point we're creating all-time highs for the NASDAQ. But this is a very, very aggressive week here, or at least a very aggressive previous week's candle. And I really want that to continue, right? I'm a big fan of looking for continuations. The only thing is after a candle like this, there could be a period of correction first before we see that next leg up. Again, this is the weekly, right? So, you know, we could experience a couple days of weakness, and I'm saying this just so that we don't get tricked out of our position here, right? So we could see a couple days of weakness, but ultimately, in my opinion, the direction is still very much to the upside. So we're going to be patient here, family. I want to see what the market does do ultimately. You know, we don't have to get a deep correction here, but if we are able to maybe even sweep this internal range structure right here at 20,370 based on Forex pricing. If we're talking futures pricing, we're talking about the 20,570s area. A sweep of this level, man, a sweep of this low would be, in my opinion, very interesting. Right, go ahead and give us this liquidity grab, right? This run on liquidity. And then below that level that we are saying possibly has liquidity below it, that's when we go ahead and we start to look for our buy signal, which is usually our engulfing pattern supported by volume, such and such, right? You know, so we'll see how this stuff continues to play out, family. But I think if we do see a deep enough correction, I will be very much tempted to go ahead and look for some buys here for the NASDAQ. Same thing for the S&P, also same thing for US 30. Or YM. You know, deeper corrections here could possibly give us some opportunity. Now, US 30 itself is already, I mean, we are in a bigger choppy range here, but, you know, recently we have started to see the market, you know, ultimately create these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? So now we're just still trending higher here very aggressively. So we're going to have to wait for this thing to pull back some, you know, but on a pullback, that's when we can obviously go ahead and try to, you know, take advantage of it. Obviously, again, if you guys were a part of the boot camp for one, shout out to you guys because the boot camp was absolutely next level. If you guys were a part of the boot camp, I definitely want to say I appreciate y'all for showing up. I still got to send you guys the updated recordings for that, but I will get to you guys for sure today. The latest, I will send you guys all the recordings from day 1 through 5 just to make sure that you guys have it. But if you guys were a part of the boot camp, all this stuff right here, right, is just it should be so easy to identify now. You know, when we're looking at the US 30s and we're trying to find a trade here, you know, we clearly see that we're already trending. Cool. Wait for price to pull back towards the 50. Right, get in between our moving averages. And then on a close back above the 13 is your entry all day long. Again, that's not too hard, right? That's not hard to follow whatsoever. And that's all I've been doing. I mean, look at similar to what we just came from right here, right? We had this massive push up, wait for price to push back towards the 50, get in between our moving averages. On the close back outside of it, which is right here, is entry all day long, right? Like those plays are so easy to identify. But those are best when you're trending, right? When we actually see that the market is creating higher highs and higher lows, we can ride that out literally till the end of time. So US 30 looks like that could possibly give us an opportunity for there for sure based off that ideology. Now, in terms of the NASDAQ, again, the NASDAQ could also give you just a trigger line play, you know, the moving average crossover play for sure if you want to, or what I would prefer is just a deeper move lower. Like I would prefer the liquidity sweep play here, right? Sweep this liquidity and then go ahead and give us the move. I don't know if we're going to go this deep though, but you never know what price. We are about 40 minutes out from the stock market open, so we'll definitely see what happens on the open here, but that's essentially where I'm leaning towards as of right now. I would like for us to sweep this low and then continue. But we'll see, man. We shall see what the market does give us. But that is my plays here, guys, on a lot of the setups that I'm looking at, all my indices that I'm going to be watching. Obviously, gold itself is a different story. Let's go take a look at gold. I'm interested to see what gold actually does, right? Again, gold did have a very, very strong weekly closure as well last week, right? Look at this weekly candle, right? So we had a very, very aggressive weekly closure that got us above all of this resistance that we had that was holding price down. Think about how much buying pressure, all right, was needed in order for us to actually get above all these other weekly candles that at one point were showing a lot of selling pressure, right? This area, this price point was showing a lot of weakness. Well, we had enough buyers to actually go ahead and finally break above that. I kind of wish the volume would have supported it a little bit more, right? The volume itself behind the move is definitely not too convincing, but overall, man, a strong candle closure the way we had, absolutely. I would like for, you know, possibilities to eventually continue to the upside here. I just think we could see a period of correction first. Like, I think there's a good chance that we do come all the way back down towards, you know, this 2360s area based on futures pricing for gold. You know, if we're talking about Forex pricing, I'm talking about the 2330s levels, right? If we can come back and retest 2330s for Forex pricing, or 2360s based off futures pricing, I think that we can really, really get some good opportunities to go ahead and continue this to the upside, in my opinion. Right? I mean, we're breaking structure here. You know, we reacted nicely. Yeah, I definitely want to see more upside if possible here. We just got to be patient, though, right? You know, it's either going to price get down to that 2360 level that I'm truly interested in, or we just do more of a shallow pullback, man, and we react right off of this level that we're currently testing right now, this 2380s based on futures pricing. There's a chance that that market, you know, that this level does produce a possible opportunity, right? Now, how will we know that? Well, if price does eventually, you know, we are bouncing off the 50 right now. If we do go ahead and eventually break above this and we start to trade above this 2380s, then at that point we have to be like, all right, you know what? We probably do have enough bullish momentum now to probably just go ahead and create, you know, new highs, right, or continue to push higher. So, but we'll see. We'll see, right? We can have our bias. There's nothing wrong with having our bias, right? But we still want to make sure that, again, we're following price action, right, and let price action dictate what we do next. So we'll see. We'll see, man. Like even this right here, right? This 15 minutes. All right, looking at this 15-minute play right here, I mean, we just had a pretty, you know, decent sized 15-minute candle off of this level. Depending on how this plays could tell us a lot, right? We also had some good volume behind this move, right? So we had, again, a close below this 2382 with increasing buying or selling volume, right? Just comparing it to the previous. Yeah, right. This could lead to another leg lower, but now what happens if it doesn't? If this 5-minute candle that we're, or 15-minute candle that we're currently on right now, if this eventually engulfs it back above the range, then we have to be able to understand that this was a fake out and the candlestick was a fake out, and that the market itself is probably going to go bullish because the buyers just completely absorbed all this selling pressure. Like that's crucial when it comes to reading price action. This is a lot of candlestick, right? Again, just looking at the move, that's a pretty aggressive move with a lot of aggressive volume. But if this erases and we close back above the range, then we had clear buy side absorption. All right, and the sellers were completely absorbed by the buyers that are now coming in. Although it might not seem it because volume is a lot lower, we can take that play, man. Close above this, yeah. I think there's a good chance that we do see the market really run higher. If again, we don't know. This based off what we're seeing now, looking for the sell probably makes the most sense right now. Just based off current structure, current price action. But if this was to engulf it and get back above 2382, then yeah, this is gonna go back to the upside. So that's where I'm at. Again, as of right now, this does look like it should be a sell-off situation here, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We gonna see. So we're gonna see how this stuff plays out. Now, let me go ahead and see what you guys are talking about in the chat, family. Once again, I appreciate y'all so much for being here with your boy. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. Let's see. I see we got off the ground in the building as well. Antonio, what's the word? Good morning. We got Sam Dollars in the house. Andrew, my brother, Drew in the building. What's the word? Appreciate y'all for being here, man. Family, go ahead and smash that like button one time for me as well. You guys are absolutely phenomenal for doing so. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. But now that I got that out the way, how are you guys feeling in the chat, family? How was your guys' weekend, man? How was your guys' week? How was your guys' weekend? Talk to me nice, y'all. Talk to me nice, y'all. I want to know. Because again, I had a very interesting time for sure. Very interesting time. Let me see what we got here. Boo 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 boo. Let me see what we got here. Let me see. Doneski. Weekend was great. Caught up on the boot camp with my girl. Let's go, Antonio. Let's get it. Just been studying when having this time this weekend. That's the best thing to do. Let's see. Got a canoe thinking I'm a real fisherman. Ain't caught a damn thing. Shout out to the biggest 4L in the chat, man. He said, I got a canoe thinking I'm a fisherman. Ain't catch a damn thing. You know what's crazy, though? There's actually a lot of similarities to trading and fishing. Honestly, I think there's similarities from trading in a lot of things. But, you know, when it comes to fishing, one of the most important things you got to do is be what? It's be patient. Right? Is be patient, right? Patience is absolutely one of those traits that a fisherman needs to have in order to be a successful fisherman. Well, you best believe you need a lot of patience as well when it comes to trading. All right, so there are similarities, man. If you can wait long enough for that trade, you can wait long enough for that damn fish to take the bait. No cap. No cap, right? Yo, I haven't been fishing in a while, but I do want to go fishing again. I used to go fishing all the time, family. Like, that really was, you know, the one thing that just gave me peace. All right, you be at peace when you really be out there on the lake, on the river, wherever the hell you're at, just fishing, throwing that low, you know what I'm saying, having a good time, drinking a couple beers. Yeah, it'd be lit. It'd be lit, I'm not even gonna lie. All right, let's see. Hey, but I've been trading for 2.5 weeks. I have 2 funded 100K accounts. I'm too scared to trade. I know I can do it, but I'm just so scared to lose it. Any advice? First of all, man, big congratulations to you, Grey Bureau, for your journey and your process so far, man. That's major, bro. I gotta give you your flowers, man. Said I've only been trading for 2.5 weeks, which I know you've been learning longer than that, right? I know you've been learning a little bit longer than that. But actually trading for only 2.5 weeks and you were able to pass 2 funded 100K accounts, and now you're funded 200K with only trading for less than a month. That's impressive, bro. Now, this is also where it also gets extremely tough. right? This is also where it does get a lot tougher, right? Because again, I'm not saying you passing those challenges was more so beginner's luck. That's not what I'm saying, because you probably had a strategy. You know, what we do here live is a strategy and a system that got you that point. Um, but it doesn't matter if you had a strategy or not, right? When you're this new into the game, your emotions are only supposed to get riled up, right? Like what you're experiencing right now, believe it or not, Gabriel, is actually what you need to experience. Having these emotions right now early on is best to deal with them now early on than to try to drag it out. All right. So what you're going through, every single trader has went through. What you need to do is just go back to your strategy, right? Like what actually allowed you to pass those funded accounts? Like what system was it? What approach was it? And then try to double down on that and focus on that. And since you don't want to lose your accounts, also while you focus on the process and the strategy that got you those funded accounts, also make sure to lower your risk. Whenever you are becoming scared or you have fear of taking positions or taking trades because the fear of losing starts to kick in, lower your risk some more. That's like the number one thing to do, family, right? Whenever you start to feel your emotions are getting carried away, especially when it comes to like fear of losing, it's more times than not just probably because you're not comfortable with losing the amount that you're risking, right? So lower that lot size, man. Lower the lot size, throw less contracts, you know, whatever it is you got to do in terms of how much you're risking, do it, lower it. And you're going to realize once you lower it enough to a point where you just don't care what happens, that's your sweet spot. Right, if you're throwing lots on a position or contracts on a position, but you're scared and you're nervous about it, you're throwing too much. Even if you're under leveraging, you're still throwing too much for what you're comfortable with. So lower your lot size, lower how many contracts you want to place, and get to a point where you can throw those positions and not care about the outcome. That fear eventually eliminates. Even if it means you're literally throwing a 0.01, that's what you have to do. You got to figure out what your comfort level is when it comes to these position sizes and these lot size and these contracts. So lower your lot size, trust in your strategy, trust in what got you to that point, Gabriel, and I promise you, bro, you're going to be here and you're going to be ecstatic about what you did. Again, even if, God forbid, even if you do end up blowing it in one of those accounts or even both, man, you were able to get there. Right? Take the lessons from it and continue to grow at the end of the day. All right, that's really what it's all about. All right, let's see what we got here, though. And I appreciate you for being vulnerable, Gabriel, and you know, and letting us know what you're going through, bro. That means a lot as well. Let's see, man. You just turned the light on for me. I always use the MAs, but I had no clue what I was using them for. You explaining how to use them. I'm about to have some bangers. Lights on. Absolutely. I mean, again, this is the thing about moving averages, right? And why I'm okay with throwing them on, man. Because again, they act like dynamic support and resistance. Like that's really what these moving averages do. They act like a dynamic support and resistance, which means it's constantly moving with price. You know, and I like to use these moving averages in those ways. Either I'm using these moving averages for three things: either for the trend, support and resistance, and for my entries. Right? I use the 50-period EMA to help me identify the trend and help me identify my support and resistance levels. And then I use the 13-period moving average for my entries. That's telling me to jump in. All right, so it's so simple to understand, right? Once you actually can incorporate it. I see we got Mike in the building. What's the word, Mike? Matthew, my brother, appreciate you for being here. Good morning, man. Yeah, let's see what we got here, family. We are about 25 minutes out from the open, stock market open, man. What pairs are you guys looking at, family? Is anybody in any trades as of right now? Is anybody in any positions right now? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, family. What you guys in? What you guys looking at, man? Talk to me nice. Because now I'm just pretty much just waiting now. Now I already did my analysis. I know what I want to look for. Now it's just more so a matter of just being patient and waiting for the right opportunity here. So we shall see. I mean, looking at gold again, gold is still playing off of that 2382 level, this structure point right here. We did see a little bit of a sell-off right off of here. But the market did flip back bullish here. Like, look at this. Again, if we read price action, family, right, 5-minute time frame, we're seeing price react off of this little support level. A lot of buying volume came in on that previous 5-minute candle that also closed as a bullish engulfing. If this does flip back above this 2382, I think we could see a lot of upside here. I think there is possibility for more upside if this current 5-minute candle can flip back bullish here. That'll be interesting, man. I wouldn't be surprised by this pushing up. But again, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. As of right now, we have a lot of buying volume entering the market. 5-minute engulfing. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. The only reason why I'm not taking it is because I can't. It's not part of my rules. Right? If we break back above here though, then I can wait for the pullback and then we can get our trigger line play. But as of right now, my rules aren't met, so I can't just take this trade right now. Like, none of my rules are met. So we just chilling, man. We just chilling, man. Again, family, go ahead and smash that like button one time for your boy. I do appreciate y'all so much for doing so. You guys are absolutely spectacular. Absolutely spectacular and amazing. Let's get it. Let's see. Just waiting, Kevin. Okay. Not a bad play. Are you ever cautious if the moving averages are close together or still looking for the same setups regardless? That's a great question, by the way, right? When the moving averages are close together, especially on, you know, smaller time frames, right? It is a little bit trickier to actually understand how to read this. You know, but one thing that I do when the moving averages are tight together, especially on like my entry time frames of 3-minute, 5-minute, 15, kind of got to go up to another time frame just to double check stuff, right? Like, are we truly in this range or are we getting ready just to break out very soon? You know, like right now, looking at moving averages right now, like we're seeing how close they actually are, right? But if we actually go up to the higher time frames, you can actually also see that we're literally just, in my opinion, starting to build up right here off this support based off the 1 hour. 1 hour moving averages were very bullish. It's the smaller time frame moving averages that show us that we're in a correction. You know, but if we are going to go back and align ourselves with this 1 hour trend, and we kind of need these moving averages to get tight again and eventually cross. And then on the moving average cross, then we can go ahead and start to look for these buys all day long on the smaller time frame. So we got to see. But that is a great question, Ninja. You know, whenever moving averages are close together, it usually is a clear sign that the market is just super choppy in range, man. Let's see. I'm still holding US 30 from last week. Yeah, these markets, I mean, US 30 is still going crazy. Holy moly. Yeah, US 30 is still running right here. Still making moves to the upside. I'm not surprised if that does just continue. We did get, again, I'm not going to take this trade just because it is, you know, indices I always wait to the open. But we did just technically get a trigger line entry here on the NASDAQ, right? And we technically have been, you know, pushing higher here, creating this uptrend right here for the past few hours or so, right? I mean, overall we've been super bullish, but you know, since London session we have been creating these short-term higher highs and higher lows, right? So the fact that we did come within our range and gave us a trigger line entry right here all day long, supported by volume, I wouldn't be surprised if this does start trending higher as well. Again, I'm not going to take it because I got to follow my rules and wait to the open, but yeah, I would be shocked if this doesn't continue to push here, which is exactly what it's doing now. Like, look at this. All right, it's already starting to push. I mean, we had a couple different opportunities to take it. All right, when price came back within our moving averages, bounced off the 50, closed above it, this could have been an entry. Now, again, I don't trade this because it's out of my time zone for indices, but look at this. All this stuff is just so easy to catch, man. Using these moving averages, guys, as like a strategy, I'm telling you, it really is game changer. Absolutely game changer. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's see. I wonder what gold is about to do at these levels. The dollar did take out these lows here. Now for the dollar, are we actually going to find some buyers down here below this fresh liquidity now? All right, are we going to find some buyer demand down here? It's possible. I mean, let's see. We filled the wick, took out the lows, fresh liquidity. Current price action, we did just engulf. We created a 5-minute engulfing pattern right there that's also supported by volume. Honestly, this is probably not a bad play. Again, I don't trade the dollar, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a little rebound. But we'll see. We'll see what price does. If we do get back above the range here, then yeah, there's a good chance that we do see a lot more upside here for the dollar. I mean, short term, but like, I would expect more upside here. At the very least, just come back and retest, you know, structure. So we'll see how this plays out, man. Again, this if the dollar does start to gain strength because we're in fresh liquidity down here, that could bring some more weakness for a lot of these things that we're looking at. So we'll see how this stuff plays out here. Yeah, look at US 30. US 30 took the range, took the high out. Took the high out, and now we're starting to come back within the range here. I mean, the thing about US 30 is US 30 literally is testing a shit ton of resistance up here. Like, we are at a very, very strong level. So we got to see how this really reacts off this level here for US 30, but we'll see where it's at in 20 minutes or so. Let's see, we got Michael G in the building. Good morning, fam. Currently in a euro pound sell since last Monday. Euro pound. Let's see what we got here. This is honestly, this is a pair that I have never been a fan of, just because of how choppy it is. Like, this is a super choppy pair. We're talking about since I started trading in 2016. Euro pound is still in the same exact range. Like, we're still in the same exact monthly range that we've been in since I started trading 7-8 years ago. All right, so that's kind of annoying how choppy this is, but that doesn't mean there's no opportunity. All right, there's always opportunity. And yeah, I mean, the opportunity right now does look like we still want to continue lower here. I mean, what has been the trend, all right? Creating these lower lows and these lower highs. You know, so yeah, I mean, at this point, we kind of have to assume that we're going to come back down to the lows. But do we think we're actually going to break out of these lows for once? Who knows? We haven't done it in 8 years. But that doesn't mean it can't happen. This could be the time where we do see us go ahead and start to fill all these imbalances that we left behind to then eventually probably bring us right into range. So, moral of the story, I'm not opposed to those sells. That's what we've been looking at recently. So, I wouldn't be surprised if this does continue to make its way lower, Michael. We got Ricardo in the building. Gold sell. Yeah, I'm going to be, I mean, I wanted to pull back down for gold. I don't know if we're gonna get that. Like, if this market does reclaim this level here, which looks like we might, I don't know. I think there could be an opportunity for maybe this thing to correct a little bit, but I could be wrong too, though. This could still very well probably continue lower to try to fill the wick. You know, these wicks, in my opinion, typically like to get filled. You know, so we'll see if that theory actually does play out this week or not for this wick fill, or if we just have enough buyers. Or so many buyers that just send this thing flying. We'll see what happens though either way. It could be a gold sell. It could be a gold buy. We're gonna let price action dictate. Looking at buys on Bitcoin. Really? Let's see, what has Bitcoin done? Okay, Bitcoin did rebound since last night. How do I feel about Bitcoin, man? I mean, I'm still very much bullish long term this thing, man. What I hope for the sake of my damn portfolio is I hope that this is the low, right? I hope that this could be like the spring that now actually starts to send us to the upside, right? If you guys were a part of the boot camp family, you know, we talked about specific ranges in the boot camp. You know, if you look at this range right here, it looks very, very close to what we spoke about when we spoke about accumulation and distribution range cycles. You know, this just looks like a massive reaccumulation to me personally, right? This could be the spring, took out the lows, and now we start to go ahead and go through the trend up phase. So I still very much like the upside. I just have to hope that this is the freaking low here, because if we go any lower, then boy, I'm not saying that we're still not going to go back to the upside, but man, I'm not even going to lie, I'm definitely going to start to get a little worried and a little nervous. Not even gonna lie, right? If we truly continue to drop, if we get back into the 40K range, like, all right, what's going on here? Like, what is going on here? All right, so I'm gonna be keeping my eye on that for sure. In terms of crypto, just because I'm an investor of a lot of different projects, but I do want to see more upside. So hopefully this is the low that now can go ahead and produce a new high to then start that overall trend to the upside to take out all-time highs up there. That would be, in my opinion, phenomenal. But prices these low, guys, like I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all don't be the person, family, and this is very important, you guys don't be the trader or investor that looks at Bitcoin right now at the lowest point down here at 57,000 and say, I don't know, I'm scared to get in. But then when price gets all the way back up to the 70K level, you're going to be like, oh man, now it's time to get in. Like, make it make sense, family. No, right? When people are nervous and scared and confused about an asset, that is when you really want to get in, especially if it's corrected pretty aggressively. I mean, Bitcoin is down 22% from the highs. That's a pretty big move. Like a pretty big move. So why are we not starting to accumulate? Like, no, don't be like everybody else, family, right? Most people are only going to start to accumulate once we're back above 70 and it's all over social media. It's all over mainstream media, right? That's the worst thing to do because now you're getting in with the rookies. You want to get in with the smart money. You want to get in with the big boys. The big boys, I promise you, are accumulating orders at these levels. So, same thing for Solana. Like, Solana, in my opinion, is turning into one of my favorite projects. One of my favorite holdings just because of how volatile she is. Solana is essentially, I mean, for a $1 billion project like Solana, this thing is very volatile. Unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, which obviously have slowed down over the years with volatility, but Solana still moves very, very fast. And I think there's still a very good chance that we could see $1,000 Solana by the end of this bull market, by the end of this cycle that we're in. So Solana, man, that's the play. I would start to buy if I was you guys, but I'm not you guys. I'm only me, so I know what I'm doing. Just saying. So that is where we're at in terms of crypto. I do like the upside. Hopefully these can actually hold, especially Bitcoin. Hopefully this can hold and just really start to trend higher here. That'll be, you know, spectacular. All right, let's see what else we got here now. Let me check what you guys are talking about in the chat. Let's see. Thank you, Abel. I'm going to trade the micros, put the smallest contract it allows me, at least until my emotions start to get in check. Then just move up the contract. That's the best way to do it, bro. Honestly. Let's see. Forever bullish on BTC. Long term, absolutely. All right. Forever bullish, absolutely. Long term, absolutely. But what I won't do this cycle, and I'm telling y'all right now, what I won't do this cycle, even though I do believe we are going to be forever bullish in crypto. And I don't want to say forever bullish, right? But I do expect, obviously, when the bear market comes, for a massive correction to happen. Right? Again, I have to go based off history. So what I mean by that, I mean, if we look at the chart here, clearly Bitcoin has just been, I mean, extremely bullish. But these corrections, man, have been aggressive. Like, these corrections have been aggressive, right? 70, 80% corrections are pretty crazy, but they're also extremely normal. Like, think about that, right? Like a 70, 80% correction on an asset is crazy, but it's also normal when we're talking about crypto, which is nuts. But I promise y'all, when this bull market does slow down and it does stop, and we are going through a period of correction that's going to last for a year and a half or two, absolutely I'm going to start to liquidate some of my shit. I am not going through another cycle where I hold all of my position through the bear market. It's just not happening. It makes no freaking sense to me. Like, no. Why would I let the value of my portfolio drop 70, 80, 90%? So I understand the timing of these markets. I have a good idea as to when the bear market could probably start and begin. So we're going to time it. You know, we're going to try our best to time it, and we're going to start to liquidate, man. We're not going to try to hold, you know, through the bear market this time. I promise y'all that. It's not going to happen. Let's see. We got King City in the house. What's the word, King City? Let's see. I see you got Quant and XRP. Hey, both of those are solid plays, man. Quant is a really good one. XRP is just XRP. It's just a household name at this point. Should definitely, in my opinion, could do pretty good for itself. So we'll see. I'll pick Solana over most projects nowadays, though. I'm not even gonna lie. Solana is definitely turning into, like, right now, I'm accumulating a ton of Solana. Like, anytime I receive Bitcoin for whatever reason, I immediately convert it into Solana. All right, if I buy any type of Bitcoin, I immediately convert it into Solana. Like, Solana is really what I'm just starting to hoard a lot of. I want to have freaking a shit ton of Solana under my belt. That'll be fire. So, all right, let's go back to trading now real quick, family. See what we got here. All right, let's see. So 5 minutes. So we did get another close back below here in the 5 minute here, right? You know, this 23.82 level on gold is really holding pretty strong here for the sellers. You know, we had broke above price, but then we had this 5 minute candle completely come right back below the range. Now, again, it wasn't supported by volume, which is what I typically like to see to support these type of moves, right? A close back within a range, but you know, we are seeing possible signs of this testing these relative lows once again. Again, we'll have to see, man, what we do here. Where are we going to break out of, right? It's either we're going to break out to the downside or we're going to break out to the upside. And whichever way we go, man, we got to be ready to take. That's really what it comes down to. We're just stuck in this range right now. Literally stuck in this range. So, we'll see. We shall see what happens here, family. But I'm definitely keeping my eye on this gold, man. We are about 9 minutes out from the open as well, so we'll see what the 9:30 produces for us. But I think we do got some pretty decent opportunities here. So let's see what we get here. Ah, this song is tough. All right, let's see. Investing.com just reported that the Dixie is likely to deepen further. Okay. I mean, the dollar is falling hard right here. This thing does look like it wants to continue. Again, if we did rebound back within the range, man, there was a chance for this pullback, but this thing looks like it might continue here. But we'll see. Is there any chance to go to come grab the liquidity downside? There's always a chance. You know, again, there's always a chance. I don't care what anybody tells you, right? If somebody says, oh no, there's no way it can't happen, that's their ego talking, bro. That's their ego talking. There's always a chance for anything to happen because these markets are completely out of our control. So is there a chance for this to roll over and take out these lows? Absolutely. Why wouldn't there be? Absolutely. But is there also a chance for us to start to fly higher? Absolutely as well, right? You know, so again, both sides are very possible. I'm never going to be the trader to say, oh, it can't happen, because then I'll be lying to you, right? Price could happen. Price could do that very well. But what we have to ask is, what is current price action telling us, though? Right? Could it happen? Absolutely. Will it happen? See, that's a different story. What is price action saying? Right? We have to be able to read price action. As of right now, price action looks like, I mean, based on this 15-minute time frame now, especially with this 5-minute closing like this, if this 5-minute does close back above here, this looks like it might actually seek higher pricing here. Right? If this 5-minute candle closes back inside this range, then there's a chance that it goes higher. If this 5-minute closure closes back below the range, right back below 23.82, then there's a chance that we do come back and test these lows. You know, so let's see. Not Sketch Bro say it ain't so, bro. That's been all over my Twitter, bro. I don't even really follow Sketch like that. But that whole situation has been all over my Twitter, literally up and down since last night. They've been talking about it on my Twitter, which is kind of interesting. Like, why are people so worried about it, bro? Like, I understand it's kind of weird, but hey, man, if he wants to do that on his free time, let the man live, man. That is crazy, though. Let's see. I'm long on US 30 from last week. Dang, you guys are still holding those US 30s, huh? You guys are going crazy. There's a few of y'all still holding those US 30 longs. Okay. Okay. Say okay now. Okay. All right, we are about 6 minutes out from the open, family. 6 minutes out from the open. NASDAQ is still technically just creating these highs here. The S&P is creating highs, and so is US 30. Indices are still trending higher already before the open, so we gotta see. We gotta see what actually happens here as this continues to develop. Let's see what we get here. Let's see. That's the thing about the internet. You can delete whatever, but someone somewhere got it still. That's that really is crazy, bro. But once you post something to the internet, man, you got to assume that it's out there. I promise you. You got to assume that it's out there. Like you just have to. Like that's just a fact. Man. Let's see. We got Miss Lachelle, a member for 23 months. You are absolutely on fire, Miss Lachelle. Thank you for being a part of the family. You are absolutely amazing. And if you get some free time, Miss Lachelle, message me, man. I want to give you some, whether it's a one-on-one or just some added value. You know, so appreciate you so much for that. Let's see, what drives US 30? What's going on, Eric? I mean, there's a few things that drive US 30, right? US 30 is an indice that, obviously, has top 30 stocks in it. But this is the thing, right? US 30 is also weighed a little differently than the NASDAQ and the S&P. But it's still going to be driven by similar factors, right? We're talking about, the companies that make up US 30 are going to have a role in if US 30 drives or not, mainly the top ones. Economic data can drive US 30. Global events like wars, catastrophes can drive US 30. The US dollar, if that is going bullish or bearish, can also drive US 30 for supply and demand reasons. Or even just investor sentiment, right? Again, there's a lot of different factors that drive all these indices, right? And US 30 is a part of that. There are a bunch of different factors. But let's see what we got here. Morning, Abel. What's your opinion on oil? For sure. We could take a look at oil. We are about 3 minutes out from the open here, family. 3 minutes out from the open, but we'll see what we get here. Let's see. Abel's really the GOAT. Go drop a like. Appreciate you, Saint. TP was taking on US 30 from last week. Let's go. That's a W for the chat, man. I like to celebrate your W's, family. I like to celebrate y'all W's, man. Come on now. It's a W in the chat. Let's get it. All right, now looking at oil. I mean, oil has come from a bunch. I mean, for the past few weeks, we have been extremely bearish. We have been seeing a lot more higher pricing here on oil. Yo, she's hilarious. All right, let's see what we got here, though. Yeah, for oil is interesting. I mean, we obviously are coming from a very, very bullish past few weeks with oil, and it's kind of tough for me to go against that. I do see possible correction, maybe to just take out this little reaccumulation range that we were in, to then possibly continue to the upside. Right, that's like the only thing that I can really look at for right now for oil. Is just look for continuations, right? This thing has been, extremely bullish. I get we are coming into an area of structure that could possibly send us lower, which is why we're probably seeing us go lower here. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do just continue eventually long-term to the upside here. So that's my opinion on oil. Everything I do on oil, since I don't actually trade it, it's going to be from a bigger perspective. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did come back in the 80 range. All right, let's see what else we got here. I called the Arty last night, but I ain't expected to go that high. I been got out. Let's see what the Arty doing. Oh yeah, this thing is running. Sheesh. The Arty is running. The Arty is Arty. Yeah, this thing is going nuts. I been got out. Hey man, that's a W still. We'll take that. We'll take that W. Let's see, not gonna lie, I'm liking GJ sells. I'm still currently in GJs, so don't tell me that. Oh, I mean, it came down a little bit. Listen, I got entries on GJ that I took last night all the way down here. And like I told y'all, man, I mean, I've been telling you guys this stuff about these gem pairs, man. I'm only looking to buy these things. All right, every time we get a really good sized correction like this, you better believe you better start looking for some buys. I'm not a fan of selling. Now, Matt, I know you know what you're looking for. So by all means, you do your thing, right? If you like the sells, bro, then take that shit. For me, I kind of want sales to happen. Maybe somewhere within this level just so that I could add more positions, right? Because I'm not letting go of all my entries on this GJ. I truly think we see a lot more upside, so I actually want to hold this. It's gonna be like the only thing that I'm comfortable trying to swing trade is probably these yen pairs. I'm a big fan of continuing to buy them. So I'm still in a position that I got entry in down here. Actually, I could, if you guys don't believe me, let me see. Yeah, this thing did correct a little bit. And this is my last position, right? I already closed a big portion of my positions here. So I do have a little runner running still for 146 bucks here. Obviously this is on a Forex broker. You know, got the entry. We had 3 positions. We ended up closing 2 positions when we were already breaking these highs. So now we're just letting this last little, just a run, right? Like I really don't have no TP for this at all. It's either this is going to come back and hit me back and I make 60, 70 bucks, or this thing's just going to run to the moon. And that's what I want to see. I want this just to continue. Like, just continue to drive. Like, come on. I have no real target for that last position, so we're just going to let that ride out. All right, let's see, fam. We got the open here. It is 9:30. Let's see what happens here on the open. Let's see what we can actually go ahead and get and take advantage of. Let's see. What's gold doing? Gold is still chilling, man. Gold is still chilling. We're still at this level, though. We're at this 2382 still. We got to see how this market plays out. But we got to see what happens here. Let's see, US 30, what's US 30 doing? LOL, US, holy crap, US 30 is flying. Sheesh. Is everything moving like that? Everything is moving like that. The S&P is flying as well on the open. The NASDAQ spiked down, crazy. Yeah, these things are moving. Holy, US 30. Holy moly. This thing had a lot of built up pressure over the weekend, boy. Up almost 200 points in 5 minutes is crazy. Not even. 200 points in 3 minutes is crazy. Sheesh. Well, don't look like we're going to be able to trade indices today. Unless these things do a U-turn. I mean, maybe the NASDAQ, but... Because the NASDAQ really didn't do much, to be honest with you. Like, the NASDAQ did nothing compared to what US 30 did. At least, the S&P really didn't do much neither, but... US 30 really is just a different type of animal. It really is. Yeah, we got to let this stuff continue to play out now. There's nothing we can do now. The only thing we can do is if we feel like the NASDAQ is lagging right now, and we just take it now type shit. Like, that's like the only thing, especially on indices, that you might consider doing. Or just wait for the first 5 minutes like I typically do. But, like, the S&P and US 30 are clearly pushing higher here. The NASDAQ is still right at structure. So that's, like, the only thing that I could see we might be able to take advantage of. If we were to just take it right now, right? And if I do take trades, family, you guys will see it directly on the screen because I'm trading a prop firm account here with you guys. So you guys will see everything on the screen itself. But let's see what we get here, man. Let's see what we get here. Oh, shit. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, these things are still pushing, bro. Holy moly. These things is dipping, family. What are you guys in right now, fam? Anybody in any positions right here on the open? Anybody here on the open? Anybody trading the open or no? Let me see. Scalp the NAS sell and took profit. Looking for buys. I mean, these markets definitely went insane. Shit. Let's see. Yeah, these things went nuts, bro. US 30 is still pushing too. This NASDAQ with the freaking U-turn of a century though. Look at the NASDAQ. All right, so which one is lying here, family? Family, who's lying? Right, who's lying, right? Is the NASDAQ lying with this weakness? Or is US 30 lying with this strength? And we know by the end of today, they're both going to be moving in the same direction, right? Like we're pretty positive with that. But which one is lying? Because these things are going pretty aggressively in opposite directions right now. Who knows? That's why I'm still waiting too, man. I'm still waiting, being patient with this. Gold, what's gold doing? We did get another close above the range here. Let's see. Gold, man. What are you trying to do here, gold? Gold look like we might want to come back and retest these lows a little bit. But let's see how we build up here. If we close like this for gold, I might consider taking some if we close like this for gold. Don't go too far now. Don't go too far now, gold. Hold on. Yeah, if we close like this, I might take this, but we'll see. Still got 3 minutes left for this 5-minute candle. Come on now, gold. Don't leave without me, buddy. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Yeah, don't you do it. Don't you do it. So don't you do it. Really, don't you do it. See, still waiting? Yep, I'm with you. Yeah, this gold is pushing. Let's see. Yeah, NASDAQ, man. NASDAQ. US 30 still holding up pretty strong. The NASDAQ pushed all the way down here. Oh, man. Looking for these buys here on the NASDAQ probably was the best play here. I'm not even gonna lie. I see we got Lokesh in the building. What's the word, Lokesh? Good to see you in the chat, man. Man, this NASDAQ, bro. I swear this thing. I will always assume that the one that's selling off is the one that's faking it. And I think the NASDAQ is the one that's probably just capping here. But let's see how this plays out here. I like the Dixie for that pullback he was talking about. Let's see. Oh yeah, dollar does look like it's probably gonna get this pullback now. Look at this. Or especially if we close like this in 30 seconds, there's a good chance that we could start to see this pullback. If that is the case, it could make sense why the NASDAQ did correct a little bit the way it did. If the dollar does gain strength, man, then it is gonna pull away some pressure or some demand from these indices here. So let's see what we get here. Again, you guys will know, family, when I actually take a trade because it's gonna be on the screen. Like it's going to be directly on the screen. But let's see what we got here. The dollar is trying to push up here. NASDAQ is, I mean, coming back to test these lows once again here. The S&P's right in the middle of the range. US 30 is still holding up pretty high though. That's when I pull it on. I wanna find on it. Shots, straight at the shots. Ah, this song is a banger. Facts. Shots, straight at the shots. Let me see. That's big man. Hey. Facts. Facts. What you trying to do, NASDAQ? What you trying to do, NASDAQ? Yeah. What you trying to do, NASDAQ? Yeah. What you trying to do, NASDAQ? What are the chances the NASDAQ just really does rebound back to the highs from here? I wouldn't be surprised. We did just take out this low. Boom, 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 boom. What you about to do, NASDAQ? I'm so tempted to look for some buys down here. That's why I'm watching this. What's ES doing? Still in the range. US 30 still holding up high. Giving tight dress on. Okay. Let's see what we got here, family. Maybe turn around at 10 a.m. Possible. Now it's probably gonna keep dropping. We'll see. The dollar on Trade Locker is not showing the same as TradingView. There's definitely some differences for sure. Like the dollar on Trade Locker, what is it showing up as? Dollars, I mean, there's a crazy spread on this thing. Good thing we don't trade this. Yo, that's the thing that you just don't understand how horrible spreads are when you're trading Forex until you try trading futures, bro. Alright, so Trade Locker got it at 104.50. TradingView based off this one got it at 104.40. So it's around a 10 pip difference. But if we go to other Dixie charts, right, again, there's multiple charts that we can look at here, right? If we look at other Dixie charts, then you might be able to find one that has similar pricing to the one that they use here. Let me see, what was the Dixie chart that I normally use? TBC? Why are you not letting me bring it up, man? See, this price point is way off. This Dixie chart is at 104.800s, which is way off. Way off. Facts. Way off. Oh yeah, NASDAQ is starting to push here now. NASDAQ is starting to push here now. What's US 30 doing? US 30 starting to come down a little bit. S&P is still chilling. Yeah, we gotta see how this plays out here. Let's see. What's GJ doing? GJ trying to come back down to the low. No, it's not. It's about to make a move and just go to the roof. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let me see. How you feeling, family? May you have heard that Moneybag Yo featuring Morgan Wallen track yet? I have, actually. That song is actually a banger. And it does remind me of Broadway Girls too, because it's him with, you know, a big rap artist. But yeah, I've heard it a lot, man. That song is an absolute banger for sure. You know what's crazy? I'm actually turning into more of a Morgan Wallen fan than I initially was. Morgan Wallen is actually pretty dope. I'm not even gonna lie. He is pretty dope as a country artist. Alright, Nasdaq, what you trying to do here? Talk to us nice. Took a Nas sell? Okay, we'll see if that plays out, man. I see why you took it. We'll see if that could play out. Again, I'm still chilling. I'm still chilling. If we continue to hold this support though, this thing could probably create a new leg higher. Like if you see we're testing this support right here pretty aggressively. A close below that support, I might be with you with the sell. But if we stay above this sucker and we continue to just bounce off of this support, then I think there's more upside to go. But we'll see. We shall see. Again, I'm not in any positions as of right now. I'm currently chilling. Nasdaq is coming back down to try to test these lows. Hopefully you can go ahead and eat off of that, Omar. Hopefully you were in profit and making money off that. US 30 just took out the highs. The S&P is also starting to push up. So the S&P and US 30 are both pushing up. Oh my God, the Nasdaq with the crazy flip of a century. Look at the Nasdaq though. This thing just flipped like crazy. Okay. What are you trying to do now, buddy? Are you about to start pushing now? Yeah, see, after a move like this, we have to, unless this whiplash is back down, boy, this is, yeah, 20,640 looks solid. 2640 looks solid if you ask me. Let's see. He ain't Billy Ray Cyrus. You know, Billy Ray Cyrus is the OG, man. He's probably I don't know where he falls on like the country music hierarchy, you know, but he's probably one of the more popular ones known for sure. Just an OG in the space, been around forever. But I don't know enough country artists to try to like rate him. I mean, family, who else listens to country music here, man? And if you do, who's your favorite country artist? Let me know in the chat. If you listen to country, let me know in the chat. I like Morgan, Waylon. I like Kane Brown. And I'm still watching these charts, man. I'm still looking for opportunities here while I'm talking. Alright, what are you trying to do, Nasdaq? Nasdaq is just whipping back and forth, boy. This is why I'm chilling still. Look at all this whiplash. I mean, we are looking out on the 1 minute to be fair, but like this thing is just whipping back and forth, making moves and though, making moves for sure. Whipping back and forth like a mother. Oh. See gold? Oh yeah. Look at gold. Gold is starting to push back down here. Again, I didn't take anything as of yet. Still fresh, no trades as of yet. But gold is moving back down here. What's the Nasdaq trying to do, bro? Like, what are you actually trying to do, Nasty Nas? Oh yeah, you're about to start driving, huh? You're about to start driving higher now, huh? Yeah, you about to start driving higher now, huh? I know you too well. At least I know that type of price action. I know you too well. Come on now. See, now the Nasdaq is pushing up here. Okay. Okay, that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to pump fake one more time on lower time frame and then push up. Okay. I see you. I see you. I see what you're trying to do there, Nasdaq. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Beyonce just came country. It was decent. Yeah, I only listened to the one song that's popular on that Beyonce album. Let's see, Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton, New School. Jelly Roll's country? I could have sworn. Isn't Jelly Roll? I thought Jelly Roll was hip hop. Or am I tripping? Or is he a good mixture of both? That boy Jelly Roll is from Tennessee. Shout out to Jelly Roll, man. Let's see. Good morning. Quick gold sell. 15 pip compound in it now. Let's go, Devani. Let's go. Oh my God. Look at the NASDAQ now, family. This shit just went crazy. 100 points to the face. 100 points to the face. Just like that. Sheesh. Yeah. Look at this Super Bowl. Money and I'm stacking super dope, super bars with a super flow. You know how it go. King up on my throne, you better watch your tone. Looking for a little bad bitch to bone. Gonna put your number in my phone, no disrespect, but I ain't gonna be a nigga. Crazy. I only need some time for a real nigga to stay. Okay. Yeah. Best of my Pluto. Turn to the fly to Mars, yeah. Alright, let's go to our trading playlist real quick. We need to lock in. Let's go to our trading playlist. We need to lock in. Let's see, it's about to be 10 o'clock. You know what it be? You know what it might be today? I mean, the NASDAQ is trying to push back down now as well. We might end up, just because of all the news for the week, we might end up being super choppy this week. Which is not bad for us that are only targeting 20 points. But it might be one of those weeks where, because of CPI on Thursday, the markets might be a lot more choppier than normal, so we got to be aware of that, family. That chop might come through, man, and chop some chops, man. 6 in the morning. I'm gonna keep. I like how the dollar's forming here. If the dollar can stay above this 104.400s, I think we do see more upside here. But if we close back below this level, then yeah, we're probably gonna continue to drive lower here. Let's see, gold is trying to bounce off the support here. NASDAQ is coming back down within the range here. Look how annoying this will be. US 30. I mean, US 30 could still go either direction. It could just drive higher again, or it could start to correct that move. S&P as well. I mean, S&P has started creating these higher highs, but this is real life, not a phase. We just don't do this for play. Yeah. What's the Artie doing? The Artie 2000. We got a 1 minute play here on the Artie 2000. A 1 minute moving average cross. Interesting. That is a 1 minute play though, but we are looking at it. Look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ came just right back down, bro. Like, make it make sense, Nasty Nas. Like, what are you trying to do here, buddy? Like, are you just coming back down now just to retest and continue back up? Like, what are you trying to do, Nasty Nas? Hyperdrives away. Hey, pull up. Man, was funded. Nasty Naz, man. What are you trying to do here, buddy? You erased that entire move. Look at this wick on the 5 minute. Sheesh. Now, again, I like the fact that wicks fill, though. I am a big supporter of wicks filling. So we might be a little hyper aggressive here. I don't know. Let me see. What do I want to do? Do I want to just take this and then see if we can get the wick filly? Might be crazy, but I believe in wick fill, so I think we do probably come back to try to fill this wiki. I just don't, being honest, at least not as of now. Let's see, we are about 5 minutes out from this 10 o'clock candle. We're funded out of the game. gunning. Yeah. What's GJ doing? GJ's pulling back, huh? Yeah, GJ is trying to pull back here. GJ is definitely trying to pull back here a little bit. We'll see how this plays off, but this is real life, not a phase. What are we doing here, GJ? You trying to come back down to test the support one more time? Because that's fine with me. If GJ comes down into the 206, 200 levels, I'm taking another entry here. Again, I already am holding a position from down at the lows. But if we do come back towards this 206, 200 level, 2062, yeah, I'll be probably looking for another position there to go long again. No cap. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. All right, let's go back to the NASDAQ. What are you doing, Nasty Naz? Are you pushing up? It is. The Nasty Naz is trying to push up again. Look like you really trying to go for that wick fill, huh? 5-minute wick fill, huh? Okay. Talk to me nice. Or just don't talk to me at all. That's all. Talk to me nice. Well, let's get it. Look at the NASDAQ. I don't know what it wants to do, bro. What are you trying to do, Naz? You came all the way back down, huh? We tried to fill the wick and failed. Well, we filled almost half the wick. We gotta see what you about to do next, though, buddy. Like, what are you about to do? Again, I'm still chilling, family, on the sideline. Let me see where we're at. In GJ, I'm in 6S1. Omar said, Coach, I'm red. Yo, that song, it just, whatever anybody says, Coach, I'm red, it just reminds me of the song. It's just so funny. Now we gotta play that. That song is elite. That song is elite. Let's see, George Strait, Brooks and Dunn, Brad Priestley, Kenny Chesney, older. I've heard of Kenny Chesney and I've heard of Brad Priestley. I don't think I've heard of the other guys though. Let's see, need GJ to drive? Hey man, listen, I'm not opposed to it. I want GJ to come down to here so I could buy it again though. I don't want it to go any lower then, because then it's like, alright bro, you're going too far. You're going a little too far there, buddy. How you red? Coach, I'm red. Coach, I'm red. How you red? That's how I feel today. Like, how are you red if you following me? How are you red and I ain't take no trades? How you red? Like what? How? What? Dipping is easier way. Hey, better the way. Hey, better the way. All right, let's see what happens here with the NASDAQ, man. We're seeing a lot of volume here, man. We do got the 10 o'clock candle now. We do got the 10 o'clock open here. Let's see what happens on the open, family. Are we really just going to push all the way back down and start to fall, or are we actually going to start to rebound? What's the rest of the market doing? US 30 did close. Kind of look like it wants to go bearish as well. Coach, I'm ready. These things are falling, man. These markets, bro. These markety markets, man. How you red? Coach, I'm red. Yeah, Nasdaq is going nuts right now. All we gotta do is just a in the bed. Nasdaq is going nuts, family. This Nasdaq is playing ping pong. Who said that in the chat? Nasdaq is playing ping pong. Absolutely. You never heard of George Strait? I don't think I have. All my ex live in Texas like I'm George Strait. Yeah, I know that bar. All my exes live in Texas like I'm George Strait. That's Drizzy. That's Drizzy. Let's see. I guess I was liquidity for Nas. I mean, yeah, this thing did end up falling like you wanted it to. This is why I'm still chilling, man. Like, I just haven't gotten a signal that I'm comfortable with just yet. We just took out this little low right here, but I don't know if that's enough for me to just go crazy. How you read? These yen pairs are falling as well right now, so we'll see how that continues to go. Dripping up the FOMO, dude. Or did it go over your head? The NQ. Look at this whiplashing that we experienced so far, family. This type of whiplashing, boy, is blowing accounts. Like, this is the tough type of trading, right? We have the highs, creates a new low, then creates a new high, then creates a new low. Like, that's how you know that we're dealing with a lot of chop, when every single swing just creates a new high or a new low in the market. Like make it make sense. Super choppy conditions right now for the Nasdaq, at least. Everything else is pretty solid. Like the S&P, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of whipping, a little bit of whipping. US 30, not that much whipping, but the Nasdaq, we're definitely seeing a lot of whip. Watch me whip, hey, and watch me nay nay. That's what we're watching here for the Nasdaq. Because now it's about to go right back on up and just whiplash back to the upside again. Watch. Coach, I'm red. How you red? Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. What we got? Yeah, see, this thing is about to push right back on up Nasdaq. Nasdaq is that pair that I just don't even want to touch right now. It's too whiplashy for me, man. Like, I do think we still go bullish just because I am very bullish indices, but this is just too whippy lashy for me. I don't know if we do come back down to these lows though. I really might take a little stab to the upside. I'm not even gonna lie. I might take a stab to the upside. Good morning, 1003 gang in the building. Shout out to all my 1003 gang in the chat. What's the word, Jama? Good to see you in the chat. Tony, 1003. Let's get it. Let's see what we got here. It's about time we got to retrace. I'm chilling. Nas with the pump fake of the century. That's what I'm saying. Imagine all the breakout traders. Every single breakout trader got destroyed just now. Like, no cap, destroyed. Let's see. George Strait is a must-know in country. Definitely a vibe. I gotta listen to Mr. George, man. I don't know. I might have heard his songs. But I gotta see what's up with that. Let's see. That's why I went to Swiss. FOMO killing a lot of people right now. I know it. Yeah, absolutely. And me, honestly, you know what's crazy? Me being live with you guys is honestly what's keeping me out of these trades, right? Because being live with y'all definitely puts a lot more. It's not pressure, but it keeps me in check, right? And it makes me a lot more selective with when I actually go ahead and jump in. So y'all is really helping me out. Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If I was off a stream, I probably would have took a couple of these temps. Not even gonna lie. You know, I would have got hit at break even for most of them, but I'm still chilling. Let's see, Nas freaky as hell today. Nas, you a freaky ass god. Nas, you a freaky ass. Nas. 6'9", freaky ass Nas. I don't know why that just sounded like you were about to sing that. 1003 gang, what up? Absolutely. Luli in the house. What's going on, Luli? Good to see you in the chat. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, 100 racks. Yeah, 100 racks. Listen, man, we don't take a trade today, then we don't take a trade today. I just don't want to force anything that I don't like seeing. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Nasty Nas, you look like you're about to run. Gold is still pushing up, man. Gold look like it's getting ready to continue higher here, though. See, gold look like she getting ready to move back to the upside. Got a nice close above the range here. We're starting to retest this range. See, this is what we can watch for now with gold, family, because again, I think gold does have a chance to start moving higher here. We're not going to be able to get our type 2 type of setup, which is our liquidity grab entry, but we can definitely be on the lookout for our type 1, which is our moving average candlestick crossover. We just gotta let this thing play out, let it continue to go, come back towards the moving averages, and then we know exactly what we want to do. It looks on like this, our moving averages, man. Yeah, this is what I would like to see here for gold. No kizzy. I would like to see this do something like this. You know, continue to run here at this point. Nothing we can do about it. You know, just run. Eventually pull back. And on the pullback, guys, this is what I want to see. I want to see us a bearish candle. I'm really showing you guys exactly what I'm going to be looking for. Bearish candle. And then we have an engulfing candle right after that. Boom, boom, boom. If we get something like this, I'm in there all day. All right, because now we're seeing the signs of strength coming in off of this level of structure. We're now trading above our key level here of 2376. Yeah. All right, we have to let it go. Whenever we do get this pullback, probably on the retest of this high, wait for the moving average to get in between, or wait for price to get in between the moving average and on the engulfing back on the outside, closing above the 13, man. That's all day. That is all day, no questions asked. Do that every single day, even on a Sunday when the markets are closed. No cap. DJ make a drip. Let's see what we get here. Come on, gold. Come on, gold. We need to see this pullback. Nasdaq look like it's about to probably. It looks like it's now. Looks like it's about to finally start running here. The Nasdaq. After all this chop, US 30 also looks like it wants to come down now. Yeah, moving averages, or not moving, indices are just looking super choppy for me. I'm not even gonna lie. Sheesh. Let's see, was there a reason why Nas react like that? No news today. Is it because it's a fresh off a holiday? It could be. You know, it could be some built up trades that just, or the market just reacted to built up orders that were placed last week. There's always that possibility. Or the market just wanted to simply do a liquidity grab. You know how, we know how common those are. Um, but there wasn't no news. The market started going crazy on the open. So who knows? Could be a bunch of different reasons. Probably some reasons that we don't even freaking know of. What we did see though is the market test numerous times to these lows. Honestly, on the test back to these lows, man, we probably should have considered taking some. It's just again, none of like my personal setups weren't really forming. Maybe this liquidity grab we could have played. Right, maybe on the sweep of this low we could have played our liquidity grab play, but then we never got our entry signal. You know, the entry signal is on the sweep of the low and engulfing pattern supported by volume. It's that simple. Right, in fresh liquidity. We didn't get that. Like we had prices tap below these levels and immediately reject. So I couldn't even take anything. The only other thing that we could possibly take is now maybe this trigger line entry, but this market is way too choppy for me to try to get into that. You know, our trigger line entry playing our, you know, candlestick moving average crossover, that is only going to work in trending markets. You know, right now it's kind of hard to say that we're just going back and forth super choppy. So I don't know, man. I'm just chilling, man. Listen, if we don't get no entry today, family, it's literally the start of the week. Right? We got plenty of time, plenty of opportunity this week. And it's going to be a banger week. There's a lot of volatility this week because of news. So it's going to be fun, man. I see, I'm about to tell Marcus I'll see them tomorrow, just in a small go by, and that's probably it for me. I hear that. Powell talks tomorrow, going to be interesting. Yeah, Powell, he talks for the next 2 days. He talks Tuesday and Wednesday. And whenever, this is how you know it's going to be an interesting play, right? Whenever you come to the calendar, family, and you see Jerome Powell on the actual calendar, but it says testifies, like when they include the word testify, that means he's about to get grilled. Like, this ain't no normal just press conference where he's able to go up there and then, you know, obviously a Q&A after. Like, this is strictly just straight Q&A. Like, strictly Q&A. I don't know exactly. I think he's going to be, I don't know who he's going to be in front of. Probably Congress or something. But it's going to be Q&A. And if you guys ever seen this Q&A, you know that they're going to really attack him. So Jerome Powell better be ready, because I mean, last time he was doing one of these where he was just testifying, that boy was getting worked. He handled himself really well, but they were trying to get him to say a lot of crazy shit to make the markets go nuts. So it's gonna be crazy. I'm telling y'all right now. Watch tomorrow, family, because around this time tomorrow, man, the markets are gonna be really paying attention to what he gotta say. Absolutely. All right, let's see what we got here. Shout out to Abel, man. Just being on here with you helps a lot. Appreciate that. That's love, bro. Like it up, family 55 watching. Definitely like up the stream, family, if you guys haven't liked it just yet. I appreciate you guys so much for that. You guys are absolutely spectacular. As of right now, the only thing that might make sense to us is probably this gold. But we'll have to see how we actually play it back on the retest down to this level. Again, this is like a hypothetical scenario that I like to show, that I like to actually play out. You know, price coming back in between the moving averages and give us an engulfing pattern to go ahead and continue higher. That'll be absolutely beautiful. But we gotta see if we can get down there. We gotta see. Oh man, I just cracked every bone in my body. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need a massage. I need a massage, family. I think it's time for me to schedule a massage. My body's on fire. You know what's crazy? I played pickleball for the first time. Right? I played pickleball for the first time in a while. Actually, for the first time ever. To be fair. And me playing pickleball, it was like 4 games of pickleball. Like, my body is still feeling it. Like, there's no way I'm this out of shape, bro. That any activity now, my body feels it, bro. There's no way I've been sitting on my ass for this long to where now any activity, and we're talking about pickleball, gets me this worked up. Like, my body hurts. And I still got to go for a run after this, too. We got to go run for 2 miles today. As soon as we're done with the stream, I'm going to go right for the run. Every day. Every day besides the weekends. Let's see. GJ is still chilling now. Gold is starting to push back, man. Gold is starting to push back down here. We gotta see how this plays off here, but we gotta see. See, you on a track or treadmill? I run outside, so I just run around my block. So technically, that would be considered a track. I run around the block, but the block that we run around is pretty aggressive, pretty big, but we run around it. Let's see, just keep consistently moving, but I feel your pain today, my day off, my body crying. I hear that. I hear that. That's really what it is. Just continue to stay active. Obviously, your body getting used to it. Let's see. I rolled my ankle on a pothole. Ain't ran on cement since. Shit. That's one thing that definitely hits different the older you get. I used to roll my ankle when I was younger and be cool. Now I roll my ankle, bro. I'm on crutches. I gotta raise my feet for 2 days. It's a different level of adjustment, man, the older you get. But that definitely is tough, though. Yo, how many of you guys actually use Twitter, bro? If you guys use Twitter and you guys follow AB, Antonio Brown, the football player, boy, nah. Yo, his Twitter is probably by far the funniest shit in the world. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's hilarious how funny that Yo, it's so funny, bro. AB is hilarious, bro. Y'all gotta follow AB on Twitter. Just make sure you're you know what I'm saying, you're okay with yeah, with the craziness that comes with it. Nah, this page is hilarious, bro. Nah. Yo, y'all gotta go to his page. I can't even share it on y'all because I don't wanna. I don't know. It might be. Yo, his shit is so funny, bro. Like, hilarious funny. Let's see, Go about to hit the 5-minute FVG, which is just below New York Open. Yeah, we're gonna see how it plays out here now. Are we gonna get exactly what I'm looking for? Come on now. Or are you just gonna come back down and stay below the range? Let's see. Yeah, his most recent post about sketch is hilarious. Oh man, what's your Twitter? It should just be my regular name. Just type in "It's Abel Melendez." I dox myself on every social platform, so it's my actual full name on every social platform. It's Abel Melendez. Nah, that hilarious. That post that he shared about sketch is hilarious, bro. That's literally it. All right, let's see what we got here. See, family, when it comes to like this, like, I was kind of hoping that the moving averages started to separate a little bit, but these moving averages are still very, very tight. So we gotta be mindful of that. This market could still very, very much stay very choppy. We'll have to see how this plays out here. Our indices, what are we doing? The S&P spiking back down. Look at the Nasdaq, bro. This is why the Nasdaq is just so annoying to try to trade today. Like, imagine trading this today. Like, how annoyed you'd probably be. Unless you're targeting for 10, 20 points like what we're trying to do, this shit would probably be so annoying to try to play. Like, so annoying to try to play. These constant tests of the lows, tests of the highs, like, these are the type of market conditions, man, I try to avoid. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I try to avoid them. Cause I'm gonna keep rising. Yeah, I actually do think we go lower now. There's no reason for us to leave all these wicks behind and not go ahead and take out these lows at least for the Nasdaq. Every boss. What's gold doing? Gold is trying here. Gold is trying here. Gold is trying its best here. Every boss gotta take a loss. Yeah, family, I'm chilling, man. I'm not even gonna force anything. I just literally do not see anything that I like. All these markets are absolutely shitty right now. Gold, I mean, gold still has a good chance that it could possibly pop up to go to the upside. The dollar itself is back below this range, so there's a chance that we do go lower here on the dollar. Indices, especially the Nasdaq, man, is just too bipolar for me today. Like, too bipolar for me today, man. I'd rather not deal with the bipolarness of the indices, or at least the Nasdaq as of right now. US 30 does look like it wants to come back lower here. I mean, the S&P did sweep all the way back down, bounced off the 50 on the 5. Yeah, I'm chilling. I don't see anything, family. I don't see anything. So, yo, we're going to end it off that, family. Again, 0 trades for me today. Really didn't see anything, man. Nothing formed up, and it honestly might be that type of week. All right, our only real chances to actually trade are probably going to be directly after news events coming out, so that we could try to take advantage of that, volatility. But other than that, man, we're still fine, right? We got plenty of week to come through, plenty more days to trade. I'm excited to see what we actually do this entire week. Keep in mind, we do have Mr. Powell testifying tomorrow. So yeah, let's turn up. But family, man, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. If you guys are not a part of my community inside of the Discord, make sure to go ahead and join the Discord right now. Link has been in the chat, been sent in the chat a bunch of times, and participate in the conversation. And if you guys are looking for a fresh new broker, family, to trade on, if you are trading Forex and you want a new broker to trade with, Vital Markets is currently the broker that I'm using. That allows me to trade on TradingView through the Trade Locker platform. The link to actually go ahead and do that is right in the description, or you can literally scan the QR code. Right, the QR code that's directly below the numbers, the time. Go ahead and just scan that with your phone and go ahead and sign up. Okay? So family, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all, man. You guys are amazing. And hopefully you guys gain some value today in one way, shape, or form. But all right, y'all. Talk to you guys later, family. See you guys all tomorrow. Let's get it.
When the red and yellow split, listen, hope you get this. I won't say it again, I won't repeat it. Floss has got you heated. Come stay empty, depleted. M&W off the aqua, man, watch it kiss. Catch a D-Lo, if the shift you straight up miss. Ride it all the way to TP or an exit. All in blue squad, D-Lo, let's get it, yeah. Move your foot to the left, yeah, one time. Pick it up, drop it low, yeah. On the down, we gotta bounce. That will blow your mind, your friend is cute. This trade is fun. Move your foot to the left, yeah, one time. Pick it up, drop it low, yeah, on the dump. Watch it bounce real tight up all that 50 line. Today, the market make it better. Give me mine. Pity, bounce, pity, bounce, you know how we catch these trades. Pity, bounce, pity, let me see you. Pity, bounce, pity, bounce, pity, bounce, pity. I got that red, I got that yellow. got that blue. Got that gray, I got that aqua. Too. NFAs, EMAs, yeah, they rule. Off the 50s, how my bankroll grew. I got that red, I got that yellow, got that blue. Got that gray, I got that aqua. Too. NFAs, EMAs, yeah, they rule. Off the 50s, how my bankroll grew. You let me see you. Pity, 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 bounce, pity, 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 bounce, pity, 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 bounce, pity, pity, pity. Let me see you. Pity, 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 bounce, pity, 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 bounce, pity, 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 bounce, pity, pity, pity. Let me see you. Pity, 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 bounce, pity, 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 bounce, pity, 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 bounce, pity, pity, pity. Let me see you. Pity, 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 bounce, pity, 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 bounce, pity, 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 bounce, pity, pity, pity. Let me see you. Yeah, the Lawyer Nation. Yeah, the Lawyer Nation. Yeah. I just want to see you pity, pity, bounce. Let's get it, yeah. Neon up in the building. Yeah, D-Lo up in the building. Hey, making profits in the building. Yeah, hey, fitty, fitty, bounce, let's go. Yeah. It's Neon. DeLorean Nation. You know we got it like that. We taking over the world. We taking over the whole world. You know everybody's gonna be here, right? If you want to reach consistency in the market, so is D-Lo Nation. There's so many imitators. There's only one of us. Yeah, I'm all in my back 'cause I got it like that. I cut the crash by the running right back.
Yeah, I'm all in my back 'cause I got it like that. I got the crash by the running right back.
No FOMC, the candle straight blue with the dealer, my tool bag that pull up the strap. Cashing out hundreds, my money straight green. Counting up pips with the action on screen. Yeah, I'm all in my back 'cause I got it like that. I cut the crash by the running right back.
Yeah, I'm all in my back 'cause I got it like that. I got the crash by the running right back.
No FOMC, the candle straight blue with the dealer, my tool bag that pull up the strap. Cashing out hundreds, my money straight green. Counting up pips with the action on screen. All about that money, I'm counting in stats. About to hit chairman, I run with the pack. I make a billy. I travel the world with a baddie, now holding me back. Making unlimited funds from hundreds to ones. Don't matter, this work can be free. Running accounts 'cause the crop, I'm the cream. And I'm all in the function like D-Lo, I scream. Yeah, y'all ain't ready for the guap. Now I'm farm sitting pretty, getting ready for the drop. Gotta click the blue button 'cause the red getting hot. Is the red line cutting like it's about to hit the spot? Yeah, see 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Questions we answer 'cause we on click mode. Answers up must be a yes in a row. D-Lo the nation, 'cause D-Lo yeah, I'm all in my back 'cause I got it like that. I cut the crash by the running right back.
Yeah, I'm all in my back 'cause I got it like that. I got the crash by the running right back.
No FOMC, the candle straight blue with the dealer, my tool bag that pull up the strap. Cashing out hundreds, my money straight green. Counting up pips with the action on screen. Yeah, I'm all in my back 'cause I got it like that. I cut the crash by the running right back.
Yeah, I'm all in my back 'cause I got it like that. I got the crash by the running right back.
No FOMC, the candle straight blue with the dealer, my tool bag that pull up the strap. Cashing out hundreds, my money straight green. Counting up pips with the action on screen. My team got their food on their plate. Up at the dawn, I grind late. GU just spawned, it's our fate. Got a couple of minutes that we have to wait. Into the zone, yeah, you know it's our will. Are you in blue? Do you want the red pill? Look in my eyes, got the fire, it's real. If you ain't with the squad, then you're about to get killed. Like the market makers in they pockets. Dealer straight got this, pulling up with the